Hello everyone, it is Prelude Boy 99 and today we're going to talk about the Hot Wheels X Daniel Arsham 1973 Porsche 911 RSA. I was debating on making a video on this, but then I decided why the hell not? I mean, it's something that's coming out. When is this thing coming out? It's coming out tomorrow. Gee, oh well, it's actually coming out the 31st, so it's 2 days from now technically. It's coming out, I believe it's going to come out at 11 on Friday. So this is coming on a Friday, and I'm talking about it. I want to talk about it. This is something that I never really cover. I don't like talking about the collaborations. The only one that I did talk about was the Optimus Prime one, Hasbro and Mattel collaborating to make the Optimus Prime RLC hybrid, which I thought it was pretty expensive for what it was, but I still enjoyed it. I mean, you're paying for two names on a box essentially. But of course, that's my opinion. So now we're looking at this, and this actually caught my eye because at first I thought it was a premium. I thought it was a premium. I know they did like a set with this thing being the chase. I don't know what set that was or where that's from exactly. But I remember this being the chase, and at first I thought they were coming out with uh with an RLC version or variant or something like that. That's what I thought at first, but then I realized I was like, no, the paint is just it's regular paint. So what is this exactly? And then I saw it was Daniel Arsham, and I remembered, didn't Mattel collaborate with him before? They had that rally case, and he did those eroded castings. I believe there's two of them that are still available. The Twin Mill and the Ford Mustang, both $70. They've been sitting there for a while, almost a year. But they had the Diora 2. They had a Porsche. They had a Porsche. I forgot what model was it. The 935. I know there was an eroded Porsche, and then there was the Baja Porsche, and then there was like a Porsche that had like racing livery that looked really cool. It had like the sidewall lettering and everything like that. I thought it was really cool. And if I said that this was a Porsche 911, I apologize. I meant to say Porsche. Porsche. Whenever I think of pronouncing Porsche and Porsche, I think of Two and a Half Men, where I don't know the characters' names, but one of them buys a Porsche, and the guy's like, "Oh, you bought a Porsche?" He's like, "Porsche."
Ta-da! Oh, you bought a Porsche. Porsche.
So it reminds me of that scene. Anyways, this is they're collaborating once again. Daniel Arsham and Hot Wheels are collaborating again, and this is a $75 model. $75. Uh, now, okay, I'm gonna have a take, and I can't wait for what the comments have to say about this because the comments has always intrigued me, even when it's not in my own videos. There was a Lamley video, and he was doing the thing where he was throwing supers again, and I read the comments, and then there was a comment that said, tag the guy who made the YouTube video complaining about this. I want to hear what he has to say. And that made my day. That means that I'm getting noticed, and that's awesome. That's awesome that I'm getting some sort of, not, I don't want to say fame, but it's just funny that people think that I'm Lamley's number one critic or his kryptonite or whatever. I find that funny. But going back to this, now, when I first saw this, I didn't know this was a collaboration. I thought it was a premium. Like they're re-releasing a premium. That's what I thought when I first saw this, because of course, it's painted tail lights and headlights, and it. I'm being genuinely honest. I thought this was a premium of something. I didn't even see the name. That's what I thought. I didn't look at the price or anything. I was like, oh, they're releasing a premium. But then I saw the price, and then I saw who they're collaborating with, and I'm like, oh, that makes sense. So, here's my take on this. And not a lot of people are going to like my take, but I'm going to say it anyway. I think that this casting is overpriced. But, however, if this wasn't a collaboration, and this was a casting all on its own, I would say it's expensive. But because it's a collaboration with two names being on a box, I can see why it's priced that way. And of course, there's inflation, so that's why we're going to have the $5 increase compared to the $70 ones that we have here. So this isn't here's my take. This isn't really for this is for the collector, but this is for a very niche collector. This is for an art collector. What do I mean by that? I mean that this is for someone to put on their shelf, to keep it in the display case. This isn't something that you're going to take out and have it on a diorama or have it on a trailer. I mean, you can do those things, but this car is an art piece. And I'm not saying that it's like so good that it needs to be on a shelf somewhere. I'm just saying that because of the quality, and you can even look at the base. The base is clearly special. This is meant to be an art piece, not so much so for RLC, for the people that like to open them up and do whatever the hell they want with it. This is an art piece. Just like the Rally case. You put on your shelf, it looks pretty. It's a conversation piece. So that's how I feel about this. I understand the pricing. I understand that it's at $75 because it's two names on a box. They're collaborating. And they collaborated before. I believe it was somewhat successful. I'm not entirely sure. And of course, there's Porsche. There's that. One thing I do like is the wheels. I love the blue and yellow combo, and especially the stanced out wheels. I really do like that. What else do I like about this? Although it's painted headlights and taillights, I do like how they're painted. But of course, there's QC. That's something I'm going to be worried about. And instead of having Porsche written on the side and the back, it just says Arsham. Arsham. And from what I believe this is actually his car. I believe this is Arsham's car in real life. It's yellow. Yellow is my favorite color. So they got me with the color. You have you have a mirror only on the driver's side. I believe that's how they are in real life. They only have the driver's side mirror. I don't believe the mainline or the premium versions have that mirror. So I don't know if that's a retooling. Comment section, do your job and correct me when I'm wrong. I really do appreciate when you guys correct me. And of course, you have that really fancy box, fancy packaging. So this is a luxury item. That's how I see this. I see this as a luxury item. This is something that you want to have on your display to show people, guests, when you have them over your house. This is a display piece. That's why it's like $75. It's two names on a box. It's an art piece. But for someone like me, for somebody that I don't know Daniel Arsham. I mean, before he did the Rally case, I didn't know who he was. I didn't know he was an artist. So for someone like me who doesn't know who Daniel Arsham is, and someone who is aware of the collecting scene with premiums, I would have a stroke with the price. But because I'm aware of who this guy is, who this person is, and I'm aware of the quality that goes in, especially with the seats, I understand why it's priced that way. So that's why I have a different outlook when it comes to this, because this isn't an RLC. You don't need to buy a membership for it. And this is also, I believe this is going to be in a more limited quantity than your RLC. They're not going to make 50,000 pieces of this. I'm pretty sure this is going to be like maybe 10, 20,000. I'm just guessing. I'm pulling a number out of my butt. I don't know if that's really the case here. But this isn't something that you would buy your son or your friend. This is something that you would buy for yourself, for your collection, to have on a display piece. That's how I see it. I also think this could be complementary to the Rally case Daniel Arsham set, which is, I believe it was like $700 when it dropped on the Mattel Creations website, which was insane. So That's my thoughts into this. I do think the car looks good. I like the presentation of it. The blue and the yellow looks great. The interior seating details look great. I again, like I'm trying to I'm trying to hit the point across. I'm trying to get my point across clearly because I know there's going to be comments that are going to say this isn't worth it. This is such a ripoff. There's always comments like that. But how I see it is this is an art piece. This is not for your average collector, if that makes sense. This is for the aficionados of art. This is the people that would spend thousands of dollars on paintings to hang on their walls. I can say the same thing about that. Like, why would you spend $1 million on a painting when you can look at it on your phone? That's kind of the same way with this. It's like, well, why would you spend $75 on this casting when you can buy a 10 to $12 premium and you can make a custom? Like, you can attack it at that angle as well. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys. What do you guys think about this? Do you guys think this is a cool casting to pick up? Let me know down in the comments below. For me, I'm priced out. I can't really purchase this after I bought the 4 GT40. I can't pick this up. I'm kind of trying to save my money. I'm waiting for the Mustang. I think the Mustang's going to look really cool. So let me know what you guys think. I'm very, very, very eager to hear your thoughts on this. Do you guys think this is worth the price, or would you guys pick this up? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.